Right now, while you are watching this video, your baby is watching you, and not in the way you think. In the next 12 minutes, you are going to discover 6 specific things your baby is noticing about you every single day, things you do not even realize you are doing, things that are completely invisible to you, but that your baby is registering with extraordinary precision. And number 4 is the one most mothers find the hardest to accept. Welcome to Inside the Baby Mind. Subscribe right now, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your baby the same way again. Because you will finally understand that the small person staring at you across the room is not just being held, fed, and rocked. They are studying you with scientific precision. Number 1. Your baby notices the exact moment you stop paying full attention to them. Watch yourself the next time you are with your baby. Really watch. When you first walk into the room, your eyes are on them, your face is open, your body is turned toward them. You are present. But within minutes, something happens. Maybe you check your phone for just a second. Maybe your mind wanders to the email you forgot to send. Maybe you start thinking about what to make for dinner. Your eyes are still on your baby. Your body is still in the same position. Nothing visible has changed, but your baby knows. Researchers have documented this phenomenon in a series of remarkable studies. Babies as young as 4 months old can detect what scientists call divided attention, the moment when a caregiver is physically present but mentally elsewhere. How do they do it? They register micro-changes in your facial muscles, the slight glaze in your eyes when you stop fully focusing, the almost imperceptible drop in the corners of your mouth, the shift in your breathing rhythm, the reduction in eye contact frequency from 12 times per minute down to 4. You have not done anything obvious, but your baby's brain has detected at least 7 separate signals that you have mentally checked out. And here is what happens next. Your baby may become fussy. They may demand your attention more loudly. They may cry for no apparent reason. They may suddenly need to be held when they were content seconds before. Most mothers interpret this as random baby behavior. It is not random. It is your baby telling you that they have noticed your absence, even though you are still in the room. They are not being difficult. They are calling you back, because the version of you that they need is not the physically present version. It is the fully attentive version, and they can tell the difference within seconds. Researchers studying mother-infant interactions have observed something remarkable about this. Babies whose mothers consistently respond when called back, even gently, even slowly, develop more secure attachment patterns by 12 months. Babies whose mothers ignore the recall signals develop more anxious patterns. The micro moments matter. The small recoveries matter. The instant when you put your phone down and look at your baby with full attention again, that moment is being registered as evidence that you are reliable, that you come back, that presence is something your baby can count on. You do not have to be present 100% of the time. No human can be. But every time you notice yourself drifting and consciously bring your attention back, your baby learns, this person sees me, this person prioritizes me, this person comes back. Number 2. Your baby notices when you are pretending to be okay. This one is going to feel uncomfortable, and that is because it is true. You may believe that you can hide your real emotional state from your baby. Most mothers believe this, especially mothers who are trying to protect their babies from their own stress, sadness, exhaustion, or worry. You cannot hide it. Your baby is reading you with a level of precision that adult humans have largely lost. When you are stressed but smiling, your baby sees both the smile and the stress. When you are heartbroken but trying to be cheerful, your baby registers the heartbreak first and the cheerfulness second. When you are exhausted but pretending to have energy, your baby feels the exhaustion in your arms before they see your fake smile. This is not intuition. This is biology. Babies have not yet developed the cognitive filters that adults use to override emotional information. When you and I look at someone smiling, our brains accept the smile and move on. We have learned, socially, to take expressions at face value. Babies have not learned this yet. So when they look at you, they see your full emotional landscape. Not just your face. They see the tension in your shoulders. They feel the rapid micro-tremors in your hands when they are stressed. They detect the change in your scent when your cortisol rises. They register the slight catch in your breathing when you are holding back tears. You are completely transparent to your baby. This is something most mothers find genuinely difficult to accept because most mothers have spent enormous effort trying to project calm and happiness for their babies, trying to be the version of themselves they believe their babies need. I want to give you a piece of research that may change how you parent. Studies on infant emotional development have shown that babies fare worse, measurably worse, in terms of nervous system regulation when their mothers pretend to feel emotions they do not feel compared to when their mothers express their real emotions, even difficult ones. Why? Because the mismatch between your face and your underlying state confuses your baby's nervous system. They are picking up two contradictory signals at once. They cannot resolve the contradiction, so they become anxious. Whereas when you simply allow yourself to be honestly tired, honestly sad, honestly stressed, and you remain present and warm, your baby's nervous system has clear information to work with. They learn that emotions exist, that mothers feel things, that feelings are not dangerous. You do not have to perform happiness for your baby. You just have to be real. Number 3, your baby notices changes in your scent. Specifically, your baby can detect hormonal changes in your body that you may not even be aware of. Researchers have documented that babies behave differently around their mothers depending on where the mother is in her menstrual cycle. They become slightly more clingy during certain hormonal phases. They sleep slightly less well during others. They feed slightly differently depending on shifts in maternal hormones. This is not your imagination. This is olfactory tracking. Babies have an extremely sensitive sense of smell. Newborns can identify their mother by scent alone within the first 48 hours of life. By 6 months, they can detect microscopic shifts in maternal body chemistry that adult humans cannot consciously perceive. When you are stressed, your scent changes. When you are sick, your scent changes. When you are pregnant again, your scent changes. When you are ovulating, your scent changes. When you have been crying, your scent changes. Your baby notices all of it. And they respond to all of it. Sometimes by becoming fussy, sometimes by becoming clingy, sometimes by sleeping more, sometimes by sleeping less. Most mothers have no idea that their babies are tracking these invisible changes. They wonder why their baby has had a strange week, why their baby has been off routine, why they cannot find a logical explanation for their baby's behavior. The explanation is often simpler than they think. The mother's body is going through something, and the baby is responding to it. You and your baby are biologically synchronized in ways that science is still discovering. Number 4, your baby notices when you choose your phone over them. This is the one that most mothers find hardest to accept. I am not going to lecture you about screen time. You have heard enough about that. What I am going to tell you is what your baby is actually experiencing when you are on your phone in their presence. Researchers call it the still face phenomenon, and it is one of the most studied effects in infant psychology. When a parent suddenly stops engaging emotionally with a baby, when their face goes still, when they stop responding, when they look down at a screen instead of at their child, the baby goes through a measurable distress response. It happens in seconds. First, the baby tries to get your attention back. They smile bigger, they make sounds, they reach for you. If you do not respond, the next phase begins. The baby's expression collapses. They may turn away. They may fuss. Their cortisol levels rise. Their heart rate increases. This is not because the baby is dramatic. This is because, from the baby's perspective, you have suddenly disappeared. Their brain cannot understand what is happening. You are physically there, but emotionally, you are gone. And the baby cannot distinguish between you being on your phone and you having vanished. Their nervous system reads it as emotional abandonment. I am not telling you this to make you feel guilty. Every modern mother is on her phone sometimes. The point is not to be a phone-free mother. That is unrealistic, and frankly, no human can be present every minute. The point is to know that your baby notices, and to choose, as much as you can, to put the phone down during your most connected moments, feeding, bedtime, when they are seeking your eyes. Because every time you do, every time you choose your baby's eyes over your phone screen, you are sending one of the most powerful messages a baby can receive. You are saying, you are more important than what is happening on this device, and your baby will feel it, even if they cannot name it. Here is something else that may stop you. When researchers ask adults to remember their childhood relationship with their parents,
One of the most common themes that emerges in those who felt securely connected is this: my parent looked at me. My parents saw me. When I came into the room, their face changed. When researchers ask adults who felt disconnected from their parents, the most common theme is the opposite. My parent was always somewhere else. Even when they were there, they were not there. The distinction is built in the small daily moments, not in the big events, not in the vacations or the birthdays.
In the ordinary Tuesday evenings when a baby reaches for their mother's eyes and finds them, or does not. You are building that legacy right now, in micro moments, all day long. If this video is speaking to you, take 2 seconds to subscribe. We publish new videos every week that decode what your baby is trying to tell you. Number 5. Your baby notices the energy in your body before they notice anything else. This sounds almost mystical, but it is fully grounded in research. Babies do not lead with vision the way adults do. When an adult walks into a room, the first thing we register is what we see: faces, objects, the layout of the space. Babies lead with energy. Specifically, babies lead with what researchers call somatic resonance, the ability to feel the energetic state of another body in proximity to theirs. They feel your tension before they see your face. They feel your softness before they hear your voice. They feel your distress before you have said a word. This is why your baby may suddenly start crying the moment you pick them up after a difficult phone call, even though you are smiling. They felt the call before they saw your smile. This is why your baby calms instantly when a calm grandparent walks into the room, before that grandparent has done anything. They felt the calm. This is why your baby may reach for someone you would not expect them to reach for, and refuse someone you assumed they would gravitate toward. They are not picking based on what you can see. They are picking based on what they can feel. Your baby is essentially walking around with an emotional radar that humans lose access to as they grow older. They are reading the energetic field of every person they encounter, and they are responding accordingly. This is also why pretending to be calm when you are not does not work. The baby is not reading your face. They are reading your nervous system. The only way to give your baby real calm is to actually be calm, even briefly, even imperfectly. 3 deep breaths before you pick them up, a moment of softening before you walk into their room, a small recalibration before you start the bedtime routine. These tiny acts are not small, they are the entire transmission. Number 6, your baby notices what you say about them when you think they are not listening. This last one will stop you for a moment. Your baby is listening, always, even when they cannot understand the specific words. They are listening to your tone. They are listening to your emotional charge. They are listening to whether you sound proud or frustrated, delighted or exhausted, in love or in survival mode when you talk about them. By around 6 months, babies can distinguish their own name in conversation, even when they are playing across the room. By 9 months, they understand emotional valence in adult speech, meaning they can tell whether someone is talking about them positively or negatively, even without understanding the words. So when you are on the phone telling your friend about how exhausting your baby has been this week, the baby is registering the emotional content of that conversation, not the words, the energy, the tone, the framing. This is not a guilt trip. It is information. Because there is a flip side to this that is just as powerful. When you tell someone how much you love your baby, when your friend asks how things are going, and you say with real warmth in your voice that you are exhausted but you are obsessed with this little person, your baby registers that too. When you describe your baby with affection, with humor, with awe, even when they appear to be playing with their toes and not paying attention, they are absorbing the emotional landscape of how you talk about them. The way you speak about your baby in conversation is becoming part of how they will eventually feel about themselves. So, one of the most powerful things you can do for your child, even before they can understand a single sentence, is to be careful about how you describe them out loud. To be honest about hard moments, yes, but to remember that your baby is always within earshot. And to make sure that the words they hear floating around them, in the background of their life, are mostly words of warmth. Let me say one thing as we close. The fact that your baby notices all of this is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to free you. Because most mothers I talk to are exhausted from trying to be perfect for their babies, trying to perform calm, trying to hide their bad days, trying to never make a mistake, trying to be the polished, smiling, ideal mother they think their baby needs. Your baby does not need that mother. Your baby needs the real one, the one who sometimes scrolls, the one who sometimes cries, the one who sometimes shows up tired, the one who sometimes does not know what to do. What your baby is noticing is not whether you are perfect. What your baby is noticing is whether you are present, whether you are honest, whether you come back when you have drifted, whether you reconnect after you have looked away, whether you are real. That is the gift. Not perfection, presence. Your baby is not building a memory of a perfect mother. They are building a sense of whether the world is a safe place, whether they are wanted, whether they mattered to the person closest to them. Every time you notice yourself drifting and bring your attention back, that is the answer. Every time you let yourself be honestly tired instead of fake cheerful, that is the answer. Every time you put your phone down to meet their eyes, that is the answer. Every time you take a breath before you walk into their room, that is the answer. You are not failing when you have hard moments. You are failing only if you stop coming back. And mothers who watch this video, who are exhausted, who feel like they are not enough, those are exactly the mothers who do come back, over and over, hundreds of times a day, thousands of times a year. Your baby is noticing all of it. If this video moved you, share it with another mother who needs to be reminded that her baby does not need a perfect performance. They need her, the real her, tired, imperfect, tender, complicated, completely human her. Leave a comment telling me which of the 6 things hit you hardest, or tell me about a moment when you realized your baby had noticed something about you that you thought was invisible. I read every single one. And the next time you walk into the room where your baby is, pause for a second. Take a breath. Put down whatever you are carrying, mentally. Let yourself arrive, because they are watching you. Always. Don't blink.